Hey, everybody. So we are here this week for the intro, and we have a very special guest on this week's episode. We would like to welcome Michael Sands, the creator of Monster of the Week.
Hi, and thanks for inviting me along to join your game for a session or two.
We're really excited. So can we ask, Monster of the Week plays on so many tropes from so many different shows and movies. What's one of your favorites of these shows that you play off of? Supernatural
is really the main one. It was watching Supernatural and wanting a game to do that started me writing it.
Yeah.
Probably Fringe is the other one that I really love of that sort of style.
Boy, I have meant to watch Fringe, and I have never gotten around to watching Fringe.
It's actually quite good. Like, it does play off a lot of the supernatural sort of tropes that this game plays off of.
Yeah.
We actually had the opportunity to debut 3 of the 4 characters from the Tome of Mysteries, and we had a lot of fun playing that. Was there anything that you had in mind? I noticed that a lot of the new playbooks, they have a different type of mechanic built into them. Like, they just feel a little different than the previous one. Was there any kind of inspiration behind that?
I think it's kind of a development of what I think's good in a playbook. Because when I wrote the first ones, it was pretty soon after Apocalypse World had been released. And I think there weren't so many different examples of what you could do with them. And as I've kind of gone on, I find that I'm drawn more to the characters where you've got a lot of cool story hooks and things rather than more just being good at this or that. So more kind of fictional inspired things that'll pull in extra elements to the world rather than just about your kind of effectiveness as you're playing.
It was really fun for us because these new playbooks, obviously they're new to the game, so they were new to our world. But it actually allowed us to go back and tell a much older story about people who had retired. And so that was kind of our justification as to why you hadn't seen these playbooks.
Yeah, of course, the other thing with the Tome of Mysteries ones is 3 of them are by other authors from, I only wrote The Searcher. So the other 3 have also got a different perspective from the author who came up with them coming in as well, which also I think adds a lot to it.
Honestly, I could sit here and ask you questions about this all day because, we picked up this game. We originally had designed this podcast and we were playing a different game, and I got a copy of Monster of the Week at a convention and we sat down and played it just for fun.
Yep.
And we fell in love with it so much that we revamped the entirety of the podcast about 6 weeks before it launched so that we could play this game. So
let's just turn this into a secret. This is just a secret interview now. We've roped you into it. You don't get to play a damn thing. You have to answer all our questions.
That's okay. I don't mind answering questions either. But I'm quite keen to play this guy.
All right. Well, I think with that, it's time to let the recap roll. We're missing a piece.
Okay, so what the hell is this now? Did we get robbed?
We know a thief. Nat, the girl who stole the pendants from the graveyard in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
I'll call Nat. We have been burgled. They left a silver dollar in place of the thing they took. Is that like a calling card? Does that ring any bells to you?
That's the calling card of Larson.
Who's that?
He just steals really important, valuable things from whoever, and I mean whoever.
So I'm going to build a machine that create a sort of trail that we could follow back to its owner.
Oh, I see. Like going off the idea that it is like a personal item, so it'll have some kind of connection to him.
Correct.
I'll try the handle.
It opens.
I'm gonna peek in.
What you see when you crack this door open is a very large bed, and there is rigging around it. There's a person laying in the bed with a broken leg, and they have a wrap around their head, and their arm is broken. All of the rig is holding up the cast. You can see that there's an IV that is dripping stuff into their arm.
Holy shit, I think this is him.
And around his neck, you see the Omamari.
Yoink!
As soon as you reach your hand out, you hear a voice from the corner of the room.
That's definitely not yours.
Followed closely by the sound of a gun being cocked. So the 3 of you stand in this dark bedroom. There is a person laying in bed in full traction, and TJ has reached out to grab the Omamari from around his neck, and from the dark corner of the room, you have heard a voice say, "That's definitely not yours," and you have heard the cocking of a gun.
Turn around very slowly, hands in the air, and see who I'm looking at.
So, Michael, describe to us who they see.
It's kind of a tall, dark-haired white guy. He's wearing a bespoke suit and just kind of, I think, just leaning against the wall in the corner there. For a bit of a analogy, I'm thinking a little bit of the actor who plays Lucifer on that show.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
wow,
am not
that
kidding.
sort of look.
I have been binging that show for the last 4 days, so that
yeah, I
popped
have
into
too.
my head.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so a little bit like that sort of look.
Nice.
And I think the thing that you all notice as you turn and examine the man leaning against the wall is that he looks exactly like the man who's also laying in the bed in traction.
Oh.
Oh, God. Are you Larson?
Yeah, that's me.
Who's in the bed?
That's my brother.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, so we are, well, we mean you no harm. Please don't shoot us. We really need that thing, and we were just trying to get it back as courteously as possible, but, you didn't answer the door, and we're running out of time and options here.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Well, the problem with that is I also really need it.
Okay. May I ask to what end?
Well, without it, my brother's dead. You can see he's already pretty banged up. And there's nothing else that's going to keep him safe.
Okay.
Yep.
Nothing else, huh? I want to try to... God, I feel like we need to make a deal here, bub, because there's some kind of end-of-the-world type stuff going on here that we're trying to address. And I understand this guy looks like he's in some immediate bad shape, but a whole lot of other people are going to be in pretty bad shape, including him, if we don't take care of it.
Right.
So what can we do here, man? What can we do to make this right?
I guess that, you just borrow it very briefly and bring it back isn't an option.
Yeah, not really, unfortunately.
Well, I guess if you can find some other way to break whatever curse is on him.
Oh, it's a curse.
Yeah, now we're talking.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what kind, but something. And it seems to be getting more and more dangerous.
I want to go ahead and take a look at his brother in the bed with my electromagnetic goggles and see if, there's some kind of magical aura or anything around him.
Yeah, roll investigate a mystery.
All right. Shit, yeah, that's like a 13.
All right, you get a hold 3.
What here is not what it appears to be.
So you see that he has a broken leg, he's got a broken arm, and as you're examining these things and looking over him, magically the thing that you notice is that there's energy around the cracks, almost like they were destined to happen. And you can see other parts of his body that aren't damaged yet have damage marks that haven't occurred. And also on his chest, you can see that there is a symbol glowing very faintly, and it looks like a 7-pointed star in a circle.
I'll tell the guys about all of this. I mean, this is really crazy. He's got all sorts of stuff going on. It looks like injuries that he doesn't even have yet. And then there's this symbol. Do you know anything about this 7-pointed star?
Oh, do I?
Yes, you do. As TJ sketches out the star for you, what he sees, you recognize it as the symbol for a group that you have stolen from once in the past. It is Primus Daimonium Familia, and it is a band of demons that you once upon a time stole something from, and they were very upset by it.
Oh, yes. Yes, I do recognize that. Yeah, it's this, gang of demons who have had it in for me for a long time. Who knows why?
Did you maybe steal something from them that they didn't like?
It's possible that something along those lines may have happened, yeah.
Now, real quick, one of my abjuration effects is literally take some time to remove any evils, curses, or dark energies from any subject in a purification ritual. Can I do that to the brother?
You could try it.
Okay. I will try.
Okay.
Break the game. Break the game.
And there is no roll for this, correct?
Correct.
So as you start to move around this bed, laying out this pattern, trying to cure him of this curse. TJ, looking through his goggles, does notice that the existing lines where there are damage are still there, but the ones that haven't happened yet start to fade away. And then from downstairs, you hear the door shatter inwards and heavy footsteps.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good.
Sounds like my cue. I'm gonna, heft the spear and head over to the door and try to post up.
Have I completed this, or am I still?
You're still kind of in the mix of it right now.
Okay, then yeah, I'll stick to it.
So Tass goes to the door. TJ is examining the brother as Jake finishes up. Larson, what are you doing?
I'll go to the door as backup, but I'll let the... I assume it's an impressive-looking spear there?
It is. It is a silver spear with this red sash tied just under the blade, and it's got a white sash down from the bottom of it, and it is just perpetually shiny and beautiful.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds definitely like someone who is ready to take point, so I'll just be behind.
And from down the stairs, you all hear a voice. Come on, Larson. I know you're in here. I felt the spell break. You think you're going to get away from us that easy?
Can we maybe schedule this for another time? I'm a little busy at the moment.
Oh, yeah, you're going to be plenty busy, that's for sure. And you recognize this voice, and you're dealing with that group.
Yep.
It is the voice of Viribus, who you know is kind of muscle of the group.
Yep.
And in your dealings with him in the past, you know that he can split into multiple versions of himself.
Okay.
But you don't know how many, but you've seen him become at least 3 or 4 of himself.
I think I might mention that. Might want to watch out for this guy. He can, duplicate himself a bit.
That ain't great.
No.
How many?
It seemed like 4.
All right.
That's 3 more than I enjoy, but okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to just kind of creep over to the stairwell and try to peek down and see if I can see anything from here.
You can. You see a figure moving around down the stairs, and it is the person that you saw in the magic backlash from Rev. Very pale, gaunt figure with horns, wearing a long coat, and he is wielding a very large, heavy-looking bat.
Ooh, okay. I'm going to creep back. So this is a demon, like a demon?
Yeah.
All right, boys, you ready for a little action here?
Always ready.
Am I still?
No, I think you're done at this point.
Okay, then yes.
There are a whole gang of them, though, so let's watch out for the rest turning up as well. This guy's kind of their bruiser, though, so it might just be him.
All right. Boy, I think we should just try to get rid of him and then reconvene on what we can do here for your buddy. It looks like we at least took care of part of this.
Yeah.
Do you know what he wants?
Do I? He probably just wants... Will he want back what I stole, or is it going to be more revenge now?
You think it's more revenge. It's been quite a number of years since you've stolen this. What did you steal from them, do you think?
Maybe some kind of, ancient statuette that's associated with these demons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like something that can summon them or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you have a feeling that it was a big enough offense, and it's been long enough that you've been kind of ducking these people for a couple years.
Yeah.
And I think with their arrival, you may even have the sense that whatever happened to your brother was meant for you, and they just didn't realize you had a twin.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, so speaking out loud then, I don't think we're going to be able to make a deal here. I think this is an us or them sort of situation.
Okay, how about you and I make a deal then? We help you with this situation, and we get our stuff back.
I think that seems pretty reasonable given the current situation. Yeah. Yeah. I reach out my hand to shake on it.
I'll shake his hand. I like you, Larson.
Well, thank you.
And I think I just vault the stairs.
Are you trying to do anything as you land? Are you trying to catch this guy? He is visible.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a direct line, I want to be in the air bringing the spear down on him.
Okay, so roll act under pressure.
Okay.
This is probably one of the hottest things I've seen you do.
Thanks, buddy. Oh, I don't know. It's just an 11.
Yeah, you do exactly what you set out to do. Remind me, how much damage does your spear do?
2. And it does have the magic tag.
So you bring this spear down on Viribus as he is walking around, kind of searching in the darkness, and he goes down to the ground pretty hard. You have pinned him to the ground. But now that you are here, you can see that there are 2 others looking around, as well as a third that does not look like Viribus.
We've got more.
Okay.
Cool. With that, I'm going to do the same thing he did, and I'm going to vault over. I mean, I'm sure I can land it because I'm monstrous and stuff.
Yeah, roll act under pressure, and you can use your preternatural speed.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, 11 again. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Tass lands on the ground, spearing this demon to the floor. TJ follows very quickly and lands on all fours, looking around and growling. Larson and Jake, what are you guys doing?
Taking the stairs like gentlemen.
Actually, I was thinking I'm just going to take position on the landing and prepare to do some covering fire for whoever looks like they need it the most.
Yeah, I mean, I am going to take the stairs, but I think I want to hold my shield up and just pick up speed on the way down the stairs and just barrel through the first one that I see.
Roll act under pressure, I think.
Oh, man, I was really trying to get out of that one. Nope. 4.
Ooh.
All right, so we had Tass do this earlier. Jake, I want you to make an extra square on your sheet and put a little mark in it.
Okay.
So you come down the stairs with your shield up, trying to pick up speed, and you do not judge how close Tass and Viribus are, and you trip over Viribus's outstretched foot, and you go tumbling out the front door into the street. Whee! Just passing by the other combatants in the room. So TJ, you have landed on the ground. You see that there are 3 other figures down here, aside from the one that Tass is currently pinning to the ground.
And then there was one that didn't look like Viribus?
4 figures here, 3 Viribuses and 1 other.
Okay, I'll go after the one other. I'm going to charge at him, and I'm going to bite his head off.
Roll kick some ass.
I love the conviction.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my God. 13.
So that gets you a full success, but as you charge this creature, it's just sitting in a chair, and its eyes flash, and something feels strange. You kind of get caught up, and so you do still do damage, but mechanically speaking, you're in a mixed success all of a sudden. And so you take 2 points of damage, not armor defeating. As you lunge at him, he kicks his foot out and catches you in the thigh. How much damage do you do?
I do 3 damage, and it is armor defeating.
So Larson, you see TJ run out from the area that you can see,
Yep.
And you can see the 2 other Viribuses approaching Tass.
Well, I might start firing my pistol at them to keep them out of the way for the time being.
All right, roll protect someone.
Ooh, a 12. Yeah.
All right, what is your extra effect?
Well, I think I'll hold the enemy back is what I was aiming for here, so I'll take that as my extra.
So you start firing off this gun, and you are just drilling holes in the floor between Tass and the 2 approachers, and with every shot, they kind of take a step back as you are shooting where their feet used to be.
Yep, that's the idea.
Jake, you are outside, and you kind of come to a stop, and there is a very, very nice Escalade parked outside.
Like doors closed, windows up. Just
Yeah.
You'd better throw it.
I am. Yeah, I'm going to go basically just try and rip the front axle off the Escalade.
All right, roll no limits.
And I am just hoping that this belongs to the demons. God, 6.
Oof.
Everybody else has got all the good rolls.
Yeah, so mark another little dot in your square.
Michael's only good luck to 2 out of 3 people.
Yes. So Jake goes over and he grabs a hold of the tire and gives it a pull, and the alarm starts to go off. And you see that lights around this house are starting to kick on.
In Larson's house or just other people's houses?
Other people's houses.
Tremendous.
Tass, you've got this demon pinned to the ground. It is still moving, but it is not moving unless you allow it to. And you see that the other 2 have been fended off by Larson doing some covering fire at the top of the stairs.
Wow. Okay. I think I want to keep him pinned, so I'm going to draw the pistol and take a shot at one of these other 2.
All right, roll kick some ass.
And I do have I don't know that it'll help, but it's the cold iron that I am packing on this.
Okay.
Can I help out with that while he's doing it?
Yeah, absolutely. Roll help out.
Yeah.
Describe to me, how are you helping him?
I'll start coming down the stairs, doing some backup firing on whichever one's being targeted.
Oh, great.
Okay, the help out roll is not so good. 8.
All right, so Tash, you still get a +1.
Yes, which will even me out to a 9.
Okay. So the two of these start to advance on you. Larson heads down the stairs and starts opening fire along with you. And one of them throws their bat at Larson. Larson, you take 1 point of damage, not armor defeating.
Yep.
And Tass, the other one, catches you in the ribs with its bat as you fire into it. How much damage does your pistol do?
That does 2.
And you take 3 points of damage, Tass, not armor defeating.
Okay, I think as this bat hits me, though, Jake's ward that he put on me pops off.
Oh, that's right. And so there is a flash of green energy, and the bat reverberates off, and you don't take any damage from that hit.
I totally forgot about that. Good thing you kept track of that.
I've only got 3 per mystery. Can't waste them.
That's right.
I've also got that protective amulet too, so that 1 damage won't get through to me.
Nice.
I guess I need to recharge my amulet now, though.
So TJ, you see the kind of gunfight. These guys brought bats to a gunfight.
It's going really well for them.
And it's going really well for them. But you have this smaller demon. He has gotten up out of the chair and he's kind of squaring off against you.
I'm going to go continue after him. Apparently, like, he did some powerful stuff to me because I felt very confident in my attack, and then all of a sudden, not.
Yeah.
So I want to continue on. I want to press the attack on this guy.
All right, roll kick some ass.
You got it. Oh, there's the bad ones. That's actually a 7.
You see, as you start to move towards him, his eyes flash again, and your lunge turns into a trip, and you hit the ground, and he stomps on your head. You take 2 points of damage, not armor defeating. And after his hit lands, he looks around the room and sees the condition of the Viribus, and there is a puff of smoke, and he is gone. The Viribus is laying on the ground, kind of stop struggling for a moment as they realize that this guy has vanished, and they all kind of look at each other and then look at you guys.
Did your boss leave you there, buddy?
We were kind of here on his behalf. It wasn't really our... Oh, boy.
Hey, man, none of this is personal. This is just helping our buddy out to get something we want. You want to cut a deal, we can cut a deal.
Normally we don't do this because it is a monster, but roll manipulate someone.
Ooh, no.
I feel like sometimes it's a little different with monsters who have reason and have desires and wants.
Yep.
That's still a 9.
Yeah, I think that we can cut a deal. Obviously you gotta let all of us go, but in exchange for that, I can give you information about what's happening here.
Yeah, that's kind of what we need. We need this guy up the stairs here and his brother to be safe, so anything that's going to lead us to that, we can make a deal.
Can I also add that you also stop harassing me for long-gone problems that aren't really important anymore?
Well, we can stop harassing you. I can't say anything about the rest of the family unless,
That's good enough.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. Tired of getting shot by you every couple of years anyway.
Yeah, I'm not enjoying it either.
So the little guy who just took off, his name is Infortuni. He's one of the higher-ups, and he came to our leader, to Calidus, and he told her that he had gotten Larson, and Larson was going to be as good as dead. And I think he realized the thing that none of us knew was that apparently Larson's got a twin brother, and he accidentally tagged his twin brother, so he bribed us into coming here and trying to clean up the mess.
Oh, I like that. I mean, not that it happened. Sorry, bub. But we could almost use that. If there's one of these guys that has flubbed up pretty bad in the organization, I wonder if we can, use that as some kind of leverage.
I don't know what you mean.
Well, I don't either. We need to see what's important to them. Just knowing that they have a guy that's not delivering what they want, that might be important to the people higher up.
Well, you got to understand, we're all family. Like, his position is in jeopardy. They're not going to, turn on him for fucking you guys. Not me anymore, right, Larson? But they still want Larson dead for what he did.
Yeah, probably.
The only way you're going to break the curse that Infortuni put on him is you either got to cut a deal with him or you got to kill him.
I was almost there.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh.
No offense, but we've been around a long time, kid. You look pretty fresh.
All right, I'd say the last thing that would really help us out here and seal this, what's a good way to get to him?
Well, I know how to get in contact with some of these folks, but I don't think they want to hear from me.
Yeah,
Well-
that's very true.
I think in a very real way, though, they kind of do want to hear from you.
Maybe.
I mean, Infortuni, the thing he wants is to get his curse onto the proper guy.
Yeah.
So you got bait.
Yeah.
That'll draw him out for sure.
that's
I
a
don't
good
know.
knot.
I mean, I guess there's a chance he thinks that we're going to come back. So maybe where we met him, he might be there, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, do you think you can take them out?
Yeah, I think so, unless he's got some, I don't know, some kind of invulnerability that we don't know about. If there's a way to kill this guy, yeah, we can do it.
Whenever I attacked him, did I taste his blood or anything? Because I attack with my teeth, so...
You did not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you don't see any blood actually anywhere. Even the guy that Tass has pinned to the ground with a spear.
Oh, so demons apparently don't have blood.
At least these
Maybe.
don't. You've seen the blood of other demons.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
true.
Yep.
Boys, thoughts? I like the idea of a trap, but that's putting a lot on Larson here to be some bait.
I'm still outside with an Escalade.
That's true.
I think by now you could have wandered back inside after I assume, just dancing to the beat of the alarm.
Just trying to appease all of the neighbors who are waking
Yeah.
up. Like, oh no, it's nothing to worry about. I'm just dancing with the car alarm out here.
And as you kind of shuffle in, one of the Virbuses very slowly, he like raises his hand and like puts it in his pocket and pulls out the keys and clicks the alarm off.
Give them the finger guns. Yeah, I'm all for setting a trap. That sounds fine. It seems like they don't want anything more than just you dead or suffering.
Yeah.
So,
Well, if I propose a meetup to try and put things right, I assume that'll draw him out.
Yeah, I mean, especially if he knows that you know about his essentially trouble with the leader, that he had kind of bragged that he had done what everyone thought was impossible, and it turns out he had not.
Yep.
Okay, that's solid. That's a plan. I'm just gonna rip the spear up out of the floor,
Oh, yep, that's good stuff.
and I'll reach down to both shake his hand and help him up.
So, what do you guys want us to do? Well, just a second. And he steps over to one of his other selves and touches his hand, and they meld together. And then the third one joins in. And he's just slightly taller and a little thicker. So what do you want me to do?
Well, how about this? Why don't you go to Infortune and say, in order to keep quiet the things he screwed up, I'd like to make a deal with him to sort it out for good.
Yeah.
Where's a good place, you think, to set this up?
Well, I don't know. What kind of setup do you guys want? If you're going to try to kill him, it's going to be difficult. I would pick your battleground wisely.
That's a good point. Especially if he can just poof whenever he wants to and get out of there. What we need is a way to keep him there.
Well, maybe we should just do it here. This house is pretty wrecked already, so...
I mean, as long as we can get him onto a spot, I can do the same thing I did to Ori. I can draw up a glyph that'll trap him in place.
That's a good point. Do you think you could essentially do that almost beforehand? Like have a bigger circle or something made and then at the moment you need, put in the last mark and activate it when he's there?
I don't see why not.
You've seen Rev do it at Monument Circle, that, you know, it would have to be a pretty big area because you're going to try to guess where he appears, but that with enough time you could set it up and then drop the last piece in and essentially just keep him within the boundaries of that larger circle.
The other thing I think I might do is just leave the room for a moment and see if I can go and rummage around in my safe and find something that might sweeten the deal for Viribus. See if I can find something that might appeal to a demon that I've not yet sold.
Yeah, okay, roll luck, actually. And so this will be just 2d6 plus half of your remaining luck rounded down.
Okay, so +3. That is a 10.
You do have something in there. You have an old scroll that essentially allows someone to travel to another plane of existence
Oh, yeah.
where they would normally be barred from, that you think might interest him.
Okay, so I'll bring that down and offer it with a, I realize you're going against your family here, so just to show my appreciation, I thought you might like this spell.
And what do you think the name of either the spell or the name of the scroll is?
I think Larson just thinks of it as an exit scroll.
Okay,
I
yeah.
like that.
But he sees this and his eyes kind of widen. He's like, yeah, I might need this. This is a nice get out of jail free card. I'll tell you this for free, all right? When he vanishes, he's just becoming invisible, but everyone thinks he's teleporting. But I can see he's not here right now because, we can see each other.
Right.
Sneaky.
Oh, that almost had me there. I was like, oh, I need to turn on like something else on my goggles to see this guy.
Maybe it's best just to double check.
Yeah, I'm gonna put on my electromagnetic goggles.
You don't see anything.
Nothing except whatever's in this room already.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
You see nothing. You've gone suddenly blind.
Oh no, wait, you just forgot to take the lens caps off.
Too much exposure to all of these other wavelengths.
Right. Everything's clear, fellas.
Well, I can deal with that too if I need to. I've got a pretty good knack for seeing invisible stuff, so hopefully he won't super get the drop on us. But yeah, I think the other step here is find a good place to make a big-ass circle that we can enclose him in once he's here.
Larson, it's your house. Pick a room.
Front room seems good.
All right. Front room it shall be.
All right, so I'll just tell him to come back here.
Yeah. Just tell him I want to sort it out. Have a sit down.
And ask him to use the front door like a gentleman this time.
No, we did use the front door. We just
Use
it.
the
we
front
used
door.
it up. We used it entirely. So he takes his scroll and tucks it into his long coat. He gives you a little nod, and he heads out the door and unlocks the Escalade and drives away.
I will immediately start working on etching this glyph into the floor,
All right.
spanning as much of this room as I can.
So is there anything else that you guys want to do while you wait to see if Infortuni shows up?
I want to see if Tass can heal me.
Oh yeah, if he's looking like he's hurting, I'll try to patch him up a little.
All right.
Yeah, I've got a few bumps and bruises.
Handily, you are stabilized if you weren't and healed too.
Excellent. I'm full health again.
Okay, I'd like to check on my brother. Now, is the spell broken on Henry? Or did you not finish that?
Essentially what it has caused is, because it is such an ancient and powerful curse, it has removed it for the time being, but the lines are still very
there.
subtly there, yeah.
Okay.
You think that the Omamari is aiding in this, and it's keeping him from feeling the pain of the existing ones.
Yep. I was thinking it might be quite a good idea to move him out of the house before this whole thing goes down.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I'll help him out.
I think just put him up in a nearby motel or something.
Yeah, you guys don't have any problem. He is pretty heavily sedated, but you are able to get him into Jake's car and move him down the road to a hotel. But yeah, you don't have any problem. They rent your room, and you were able to get him inside and set up and get back to your safe house.
Excellent.
Anything else you guys want to do?
No, I think I'm just sitting out on the front porch and just trying to keep my sight open, just in case anybody's going to try to sneak up in Viz style.
Okay.
Yeah, once I finish drawing the glyph, I'm just probably posted up in the front room, waiting in case of an assault.
What about Larson and TJ? What do you guys want to do when you get back? Where are you waiting?
I'll wait on a chair in the front room.
I'm going to find a closet to bust out of.
Okay. So you two are hiding in plain sight.
Yep.
Or
Yeah.
not hiding at all.
Not hiding at all. I think I want to make this clear too, that I have put the weapons like inside. Like they're maybe in the corner in the living room where they're visible, but they're not on me.
Okay.
And so I'm sitting out on the front porch, just trying to look casual, trying to, clearly show that I'm here, but am not looking for a fight.
Alternatively, I think I am kind of bodyguarding Larson. So
Okay.
if he's sitting in a chair, I'm kind of standing next to it, presenting the image that don't start no shit, won't be no shit.
All right.
The other thing, we can set up another chair on top of the ward, right?
Yes.
It's obvious, but why not?
Yeah, absolutely. You can set another chair up. So you guys get this all set up and get into position. You're waiting for about a half hour, and Tass, sitting out on the front stoop, sees Infortuni materialize out in front of the house. Oh, I didn't realize this was a group thing. I thought that it was just going to be me and him, perhaps.
We're just kind of business associates. We're just here to kind of help him out to get something we want from him. I think you understand that. We're not here to start any trouble. We just want to make sure he's okay so he can finish our deal after you guys are done. Sound cool?
Okay. What about the big guy in there?
Well, he's making sure that there's no double crossing going on, no breaking of the parlay, so to speak.
Oh, I see. So you're saying I should have brought some people with me so that way we kind of have, rival backup. So I got my entourage, you got yours.
From what I'm hearing, I don't think you'd have a lot of people coming with you.
Why is that?
Because you messed up, bub. You don't want to lose face with the big boys, do you?
Tass, you see a flash in his eyes as you say this, and you take 2 points of damage, armor defeating, and you can erase one of those marks from your sheet as the stairs beneath you break and you fall through.
Ooh!
I don't know who you think you're dealing with, but I don't take shit talk from a nobody.
Dude, I'm not trying to talk shit. I'm just stating some facts. We're not here to cause trouble. We're here to get out of here. And I just kind of climb up out of the broken stairs, step aside, and kind of motion for the door, holding my side and coughing lightly.
So who do we think is in charge of this sting, of getting him into this ward? Is it Jake?
I figure it's Larson because he's the one that he's here to cut a deal with, sort of.
Sure.
So Larson, I want you to roll luck.
Okay. Well, 7 plus 3, yeah.
He steps around the hole in the stairs and steps inside of the room. So what kind of a deal are we going to make?
I mean, we've had a long-standing issue, so I'm really interested in, why don't you sit down here, and I gesture at the chair, and we'll, talk about what I could do to make it up to you, so that this just doesn't have to keep happening.
And he gives the chair a glance and looks at Jake standing next to you and sniffs. And then you can tell he's very actively looking like he's not being intimidated. And he sits down in the chair.
Well, I mean, it's been a long time. It seems like, to me, we can just put this behind us and not worry about it. Obviously, you feel like I owe you something more. What can I offer you to make it work?
Well, I mean, the problem that we have is that everybody's wanted you dead for a long time, and I thought I had finally pulled it off. And it turns out, Lawson, you keep more secrets than any man I know. We've been chasing you this long. How did we never know you had a twin brother till now?
Well, I don't think I would be where I am if I didn't keep a few secrets, would I?
Yeah, that's fair. Well, I mean, obviously you don't want to die.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to go back to the family and tell them that you're alive. How about you disappear somewhere?
Just don't come across your paths again, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, you run in a pretty deep and dark circle. Maybe Lawson, and he puts his fingers up and makes air quotes, did die from this.
That's probably something that we could work out, yeah. Okay. You raised that curse off my brother. Yep, and I'm dead.
Yeah, but where are you going to go? What are you going to do? I mean, you've got a skill, and skill, it demands to be used. I mean, how are you going to keep from doing what you do? You just going to come up with a whole new persona? You going to get some plastic surgery? How do I know that 3 years from now, your face doesn't pop up, and all of a sudden, there I am holding the bag of shit?
Well, you didn't find all my secrets yet. It'll happen. Don't worry.
Yeah, all right.
Worst case, we're in the same position we're in now, right? I'm in trouble, you're in trouble. So it's best it doesn't happen for anyone.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I think I can deal with this. You're going to vanish. I'm going to vanish. Well, I mean, I'm not going to vanish. I'm going to go back and say I did exactly what I did. It's going to be pretty freaking great if I do say so myself. And you're going to go into retirement. I'm sure you've got more than enough money to keep you safe.
Yeah.
And these three guys can piss off to wherever you came from. Who are you guys? What are you doing here anyway?
We were checking for termites.
Oh, yeah. Seems like you found them. Those stairs. Someone needs to look at them.
Yep.
Hey, I'd like to take a moment to use my empath ability just to see how on the up and up he is.
All right, roll it.
That is a 9 minus 1 for an 8.
And so what do you get on that result? I don't have that one in front of me.
It's a hazy impression of their current emotional state and intentions.
You think that he is relieved a little bit, but you also get a level of concern, and the image that you see when he's thinking about his concern is Viribus. So you think he might be concerned that Viribus knows the truth and is out there still?
Sure. I'm pretty comfortable with that. Yeah. Okay, I'll stand up and offer to shake hands.
He does. He reaches out and shakes your hand.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Yeah. Hope I never see you again.
Yeah, likewise.
All right, so where's this brother of yours?
As they are working out the details here, as I am just kind of surreptitiously, like, dragging my heel to break the glyph on the ground so that he'll be able to walk out of it without realizing he was ever in it.
Roll act under pressure.
Oh, man, come on.
No, this is where it
Give me
ends.
something that's
Can
not in the
I-
dump stat.
Try to like help out
Yes,
as I see this
absolutely. You
move.
can try
Like
to help
I'm
out.
trying to talk to him like, hey man, I've come to find that demons are just so much more chill and agreeable than most people I know.
Roll help out.
10.
Yeah, so Jake, you get a +1.
8.
So you can get the ward off in time, but you can see that Tass is trying to, chat with this guy to talk to him. You're either going to have to signal to Tass that he's going to have to do something drastic to keep him occupied for a minute. Or there's going to be a magical backlash, but he will not recognize what it was you were trying to do, but there will be a magical kickback of some kind, because again, this is magic that you're not aware of. Or the magic is going to go into you, and you're not sure what the ramifications of that are.
Man, I very much like the first one and the last one. They're so interesting. They have such promise. I really want to put this on Tass. I'm going to go with the first one.
Okay, I feel like I get the high sign here.
I think it is just big, panicky, flailing arms over his shoulder.
So as I'm talking to him, I'm kind of doing the like cool walking backwards kind of thing out the door, like just trying to keep him engaged. Like, yeah, demon's so cool. And I quote unquote forget that the stairs were broken, knowing that if I trip head over ass backwards, I am willing to take damage falling into this to keep his attention and make him think I'm an idiot.
Yeah, because you're aware that it is there and it's happening, because of your 2 armor, you don't take damage.
Okay.
But yeah, you do. You sell it, falling backwards down the stairs, and he stands at the doorway for a moment and just laughs down at you as Jake finishes rubbing the ward away to break the spell. That's awesome. I thought you were gonna like start a fight with him or something.
Yeah, me too. Or just give him a big sloppy kiss on the
Oh
mouth.
Lord, you're just gonna Roger Rabbit him. So yeah, you guys are all standing outside, and he asked to lead the way.
So we'll take him down to that hotel room and see about getting this curse lifted.
You guys head down to the hotel room and open the door, and your brother is still there. He is asleep. And Infortuni goes in and touches him on the chest, right where TJ had seen the 7-pointed star. And anybody who is looking at this magically sees that symbol start to shrink, almost like it goes down to the size of a fingerprint and then onto his hand and back into him, as if he had left this mark physically.
And all the lines and everything else go away as well?
That's correct.
He's clear.
Excellent. Oh well, Infortune, I won't be seeing you.
Yeah, I hope so.
After he's left, which I hope he does then.
Yeah, he does. He gives everybody a nod and disappears. But if you two are still looking with your magical abilities, you see that he's still there.
Oh, yeah.
And then he just kind of nonchalantly walks out of the room, not realizing he's being observed. He gets into his Uber and rides away.
An Uber just pulls up, opens the door shuts, takes
Exactly. It's oddly also an invisible Uber.
off. Oh, good.
Whoa.
Now that all this magic has left the poor guy, do I think I could help him? Is he in bad enough shape that I could do anything for him?
Yeah, you do think you could help out.
I think I would do that then.
Okay. Yeah, roll it.
And while he's doing that, I'll retrieve the Omamori amulet.
Okay.
So he's pretty hurt. I think I can either kind of keep him completely stable so you don't have to worry about this getting any worse, or I could just kind of make sure he's going to heal faster, but you're going to have to be really, really careful with him for a while.
We're going to have to move, so getting it so stable is probably better.
Okay.
Once we've gone to ground, there'll be plenty of time for healing up.
That's a really solid call. So yeah, I got it mixed. So stabilized.
Okay. And as you are going over him, his eyes flutter open, and he takes in you standing over him and this big werewolf in the corner of the room. And then his eyes fall on you, Larson. What did you get me into this time?
Don't worry about it. It's all pretty much sorted out. Just a few little things that we're going to need to work through, and then things should be sort of back to normal.
Okay.
But this problem's dealt with. These guys are good sorts. Nothing to worry about.
Thumbs up.
I'm always uncomfortable with what you consider back to normal.
Yeah. But on the plus side, we're going to be taking a vacation.
Oh, well, that'll be nice. I could use one.
Yeah, I don't know where yet. We'll sort something out.
And you now have the Omamari back.
Hey, man, we came in here ready. I don't know what we were ready for some kind of fight. It's real impressive that you even knew where we were to get this thing, but well done. We've been doing this kind of a lot lately. It's when people that are important to you are in real trouble that, you gotta do the thing. So, if you ever need anything,
I'm sure I can find you again if I need anything. And, I'll write down a phone number. Say, if you need me sometime, call here. It'll get in touch with me.
Same, absolutely. If you need something like this again, just ask, man. We'll do our best.
And so I think that the scene fades out with the four of you helping Larson's brother into the car and dropping them off for them to prepare to head out for destinations unknown. So thank you so much for joining us, Michael.
Yeah, no, that was great fun.
Now that it's over, can we just fangirl yet?
Yeah, go for it.
This is like the most radical thing that's ever happened.
Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, we're so happy you're here.
To play with you.
Our listeners are super excited about this.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I saw there were a lot of people voted on that poll.
Yes, there did. The only bad news I have for you is that, now that you've entered into our canon, the second or third season, we might have to ask you to come back at some point.
That's probably okay. Yep. No, I'd be happy to reprise Larson sometime. He was a good fun character.
Excellent.
Okay, so I had a question.
I'm terrified right now.
All right. What is your favorite of all the playbooks that you've created?
At the moment, it's the Searcher because it's the newest, and I haven't actually played one.
Oh, nice.
So,
yeah.
I've GM'd for it in playtesting, but I haven't played it myself. So
nice.
Yeah.
What aspect of it do you like the best?
I just like that kind of Mulder vibe of the person who really wants to find out what's going on with everything. That's what it's all about.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I have very much in my head that I want to play next, whatever kind of situation that might be, whether it's in this or whether it's just a game we play for fun. I have a really good idea for what I want to do with that. It's such a good book.
Yeah, we're really excited. We are running Monster of the Week.
Yeah, I saw that
every day of Gen Con, and we sold out in the first 20 hours.
That's
so
awesome. Yeah, thanks a lot for running all those too. I really appreciate it. Given that I can't go all the way over there, it's great that there's someone there playing it.
I'm going to have such a swagger now because everybody's going to be like, who are you? I'm going to be like, I'm the guy that played with Michael Sands. Who are you? Get out of my game.
That seems really weird to me. I mean, I'm just a guy who likes role-playing games, right? I know Monster of the Week's really successful, but I feel like it's just, all that kind of 30, 40 years of experience of playing. I can't remember exactly when I started playing. It was like 1980 or 1982 or so. So it's just like the summed up what I learned over the way. I don't think I've done anything too crazy. Most of the time it's I'm just want to play games,
People really connect with this game. You did a really cool thing with this because you hit all of the marks that people want to be. Like, obviously, as a fan yourself, it's easy to hit those, but it's not always easy for everybody. Not everybody can make something that's so accessible on 12 different
it's great, isn't it?
kinds of characters out the gate, and then more and more. So just well done. It's a really, really cool thing.
No, it's great to hear that because that's kind of what the idea was. It's like I said, I wanted that kind of monster hunting vibe that you get on Supernatural and Buffy, but nothing that was out there at the time quite captured it. They were all too complicated or didn't quite capture that action-y vibe. So it was really a big effort to hit that nice and easy to get into fun action sort of thing.
Yeah, you hit the sweet spot, man.
It's good to hear it works.
Well, I suppose the last thing, because I don't want to shortchange Larson, it's probably time to do end of session experience.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
So, did you conclude the current mystery?
Yeah.
We
Yes.
did.
Yeah.
With less violence than usual.
Right? You guys figured out what was going on with Larson's brother, and you were able to solve it with diplomacy, which is a nice new game mechanic.
Outside of our wheelhouse.
Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
We sure did. Larson and his brother.
Yeah.
Both. And some demons. We didn't kill some demons. So there you go.
Did we learn something new and important about the world?
That there is demon mafia. I think that's kind of an interesting thing, that there's literally, it's not just people like Damien that kind of do their own thing. There are organized kind of houses of this. That's really cool to me.
Yeah, and their name translates to First Demon Family.
Oh.
And so I think that, if this ever comes up again, there might be some exploration into why, you've seen demons in the past and they have bled. Why did this demon not have blood? Why was he built differently? So,
Yeah.
and then lastly, did we learn something new and important about one of the hunters?
I mean, we technically learned a lot about a new hunter that we didn't know existed.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
I don't know if that counts as the question. I guess I wish we had somebody we could ask about the intent of the...
Who in the world could we ask who might know the intent of the way this rule was written?
The official rule, by the way, from the mind that came up with it is, if it seems reasonable to you, then sure, it's group judgment.
I think that we as the listeners, we learned that Larson has a twin brother and that somehow he's even been able to keep him kind of out of trouble.
I mean, clearly I don't know Larson or his history or anything, but I hope that it's just the prestige. Like that you are just, you and the twin each live half a life, so nobody knows which crime's been committed by whom.
Yeah. To me, actually, I think it was just his brother Henry just had to put up with all the fallout from all the terrible things he's done.
God.
He's just a real chill guy.
Yeah.
He's
Maybe
just, like,
not
in the grocery
always
store and people
chilled.
are like,
Sure.
But that somehow he is getting caught up in this stuff and that he seems to be okay with it, at least on some level. All right, so everybody gets 2 points of experience.
Cool.
All right, well, I just want to say once again, thank you so much for joining us, Michael. We're very excited to have had you here.
Yeah, and thank you for inviting me. It was great fun. Really great to play with you guys.
So we are back in TJ's subterranean lair, and the Omamori has been put back into its proper place. Rev stands at the controls of the teleporter, and once again gives you three the questioning look.
Do it.
Ready, man.
yes.
With that, Rev puts his hands together, and magic starts to form. He splays his fingers out, and the energy goes into the computer, and the energy pulses out, and pulses out, and pulses out further, and hits the metal circle in the floor, and a white portal appears.
Guys, this is hands down the wackest thing we've ever done, and I can't imagine doing it with anybody else.
You guys want to go in holding hands?
I think I kind of think about it, and then I'm like, yeah, I think I do.
And we see Tass, Jake, and TJ join hands and step into the blinding light. End of Season 1.